Now let me try to make an entire reservation flow. How the reservation is happening and cancellation. How the reservation data is saving in our database as well. As I have shown you already, there is already one more entity class is there, new T reservation, to save the reservation data in our database. I am using MySQL to save the data in our database, and ID SQL as a tool, as an interface, uh, where we can check all the data is saving or not. Okay, let me open the new TDB, where there is a new T reservation table there, where we can save all the data in our DB. Okay, already there is a one more reservation is already exist that we have made earlier. Okay, now let me make a reservation. Okay, let me provide the correct key and try to get the availability first. As you can see here, we got the response. Let's select one offer ID. Now we will make a pre-booking. Instead of first we need to make pre-booking, then we need to confirm the reservation. We need to provide the offer ID that we got in the availability, and I am not using the payment SDK for now, because if I need to use the payment SDK, I need the production credentials, which is not good for testing, so I am using false. And you can see here there is invalid offer ID. Maybe we didn't selected the full offer ID. As you can see here, the is equal to is missing here. Before up to A it's copied, that's why we are getting the error. Let me copy the full offer ID and replace with our one. Now as you can see here, we got is equal to as also, like we are validating our data as well. Now as you can see here, the pre-booking created successful, and we make the partial booking as well. To confirm this reservation, we need to take this pre-booking ID, and again we need to make a call to confirm the reservation. As you can see here in Swagger, I have explained clearly how to use this pre-booking API as well. So by using this Swagger, it is very helpful. The front-end developers or the developer which is using this API, they will know easily how to use this API as well. Okay, let me make a reservation with pre-booking ID and give first name as something name, and last name Ravi, and gmail.com. Okay, let me provide the correct one. Phone number 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and occupancy number is 1. We need to provide, there is no remarks, I don't want. First name again it is asking, because we need to provide the guest details as well, right? While making reservation, we need to know who is making reservations, like that, and who is coming as well to the room while checking. For that I am trying to make a reservation for my friend. For that, for him I am giving his name, email, and his email. Phone number. And as you can see here, to make a dummy payment, because we are not using the production to make the full reservations like live reservations. If you want to make live reservations, that amount will get credited from the account. So that's why I'm avoiding that live reservation, but I'm making the reservation as you can see here, the access card credit. Now I made a request, and as you can see here, successfully fetched property, all those things. The loggers are also printing as well. Okay, as you coming to here, as you can see here, the booking confirmed successfully, and we are getting the booking ID also, and you can see here we have our details also. Ravi@gmail.com, price, etc., etc., all the details. And I showed you the data will be saved while making reservation. The data will be saved in our system. I told you, right, that will be saved in our database table. Okay, as you can see here, the data is not saved, but we need to refresh whether the data is saved or not. As you can see here, we got one more record with the data that I have made, results, confirm, property ID, everything we got. Still we didn't make cancellations. That's why this cancellation date is null. And try to get the data from the table. Okay, there is already one API to get the reservation data by reservation ID, like booking ID. Okay, let me provide that booking ID and try to get the data which I am saving in my database. Oh no, I have added a debugger point, that's why debugger is enabled. So by using this debugger, we will know, as you can see here, the debugger is enabled, that's why the debugger came in the Eclipse. So we can debug what data is going, how the data is flowing through the entire API. See here that we got booking ID that we passed in the API request. Both are same. As you can see here, like that we can debug that our APIs as well. Let me debug deeply. Inside that, I am making a call to one more method to the service repository where I am fetching the booking ID, where I am fetching the reservation data by booking ID. As you can see here, I am using this repository inbuilt methods to get the data from the table by using JPA repository. Okay, let me move forward. The step is executed. As you can see here, we got the reservation data, that is ID 2, that already saved in our database. As you can see here, you can on hover, you will see the entire data. Cancellation, the cancellation date is null, in our database also it is null. All the data which we are saved, we are getting here, and we are processing it further. Move further, what will happen? I am reading the data from mapping to entity classes in structured manner, like how we want to return the response in that format. We have mapped the data here. Okay, let me stop the debugger to return the response. Until the entire process is completed, the API is loading, because still the process is not completed because the debugger is on. If I stop the debugger, then we will get the response. As you can see here, we got a response. Like by debugging this, we will also find if there is any issues or any data is mismatching. By using this debugging in the Eclipse, we will easily identify the problems in our code. Now, by using git bash as well, we can make a API request to our system instead of using Sagar and Postman. By using this curl command, we can make a request to the git bash. Let me open a bash. Whether we will get the API response or not, we will test. Just paste the curl command, try to get the data. As you can see here, you are getting data result. property ID, check-in date, checkout date, booking data, all those things we are getting. Again, try to make a call with false with sorry try to make let me copy once again, paste it here and modify the API key and try to make as you can see here we got invalid API key response. By using this dash we can easily make a call to our APIs as well to test the APIs. Even with Postman we can check, Sagar we can check, and using git bash also we can able to make API requests